all know that God is always protecting us, right? So what happens when we come to one of those days where nothing just seems to go right? Even when we're trying our hardest that we could do nothing more. Just like this person.
Hey, Melissa, the whales need your help.
I love whales!
Go, Melissa!
Let's protect those whales!
Hey, Melissa, now the trees need you. The ice caps are in trouble. Hey, Melissa, now the rhinos need saving.
Rhinos!
It's hard to be an eco-warrior.
I mean, could you imagine what it would be like without Bhagwan's protection? And what protection is that, do you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked because there's a sub already talking about this.
તમારા સત્સંગી હોય તેને એક વિષયનું દુઃખ થવાનું હોય તો તે મને એક રૂવાડે કોટી કોટી વિષયનું દુઃખ થાઓ, પણ તમારા સત્સંગીને તે થાવું નહીં. અને તમારા સત્સંગીને પ્રારબ્ધમાં રામપત્ર લખ્યું હોય તે રામપત્ર મને આવે, પણ તમારા સત્સંગી અન્ન વસ્ત્ર કરીને દુઃખી ન થાય. એ બે વર મને આપો એમ મેં રામાનંદ સ્વામી પાસે માગ્યું, ત્યારે મને રામાનંદ સ્વામી રાજી થઈને એ વર આપ્યો છે.
That's so cool, right? I mean, just think how huge that boon is. I mean, oh my God, just imagine how much karma we've collected over all our lifetimes. And now, we have Dinkarlada that only gives karma that elevates us. Wait, what is all this karma? Well, here's the basics.
Most of us know karma as what goes around comes around. But this is actually defined as prarabdha karma. So what you and I are currently experiencing right now is based on things we did, said, and thought of, both knowingly and unknowingly, in our current and previous lives. Or in other words, things we did consciously or subconsciously. But in fact, there's an even bigger picture. Over the course of our 8.4 million births, we have collected immeasurable amounts of karma. This past karma is known as sanchit karma, the sum of all our past actions that follow through to the next life. Then, with each birth we take, a portion of our sanchit karma is experienced in our current lifetime as prarabdha karma. At the same time, whenever we think, speak, or act, we are literally creating our future karma, known as kriyaman karma. Our current thoughts and actions are shaping our future experiences, even the very next second. Sanchit, prarabdha, and kriyaman are shaped by our past, present, and future. These are the three stages of karma that bind us all to the principles of cause and effect, or action and reaction. Since we've collected so much karma over such a long period, we can never really know what's in store for us. We may be able to modify, change, or suspend some of it, but to eradicate all of it is virtually impossible. For that, we need a Gunatit saint who takes our karma and uses it for the process of purification and spiritual elevation.
And the reason we're so lucky is because Swami Bhagwan asked for that boon. And as soon as we become a devotee of a Gunatit saint, just like Dinkar Uncle, that saint makes sure that we only get karma that spiritually elevates us. And now you don't have to believe me because I'm only 10 years old. But here's another great example of a sabha that Dinkar Uncle did that we just saw a few minutes ago.
ત્યાં એક વાર્તા છે જે એક ગામમાં ચોર બહુ રહેતા. તેમાંથી એક ચોર સાધુ પાસે બેસવા આવતો હતો. તેને માર્ગને વિશે પગમાં કાંટો વાગ્યો. તે પગમાં સોંસરો નીકળ્યો. તેણે કરીને પગ છૂણ્યો. તે ચોરી એ ન જવાણું. અને બીજા ચોર તો ચોરી કરવા ગયા. તે એક રાજાનો ખજીનો ફાડીને ઘણું ધન લઈ આવ્યા અને સૌએ મોહમોહી વેચી લીધું. તે જે પૈસા બહુ આવ્યા. તેને સાંભળીને ચોર જે સાધુ પાસે આવતો હતો તેને કાંટો વાગ્યો હતો. તેના મા, બાપ, સ્ત્રી અને સર્વે સગા તેને વઢવા લાગ્યા. જે તું ચોરી કરવા ના ગયો અને આ સાધુ પાસે ગયો તે આપણું મોઢું થયું. અને તે ચોર ચોરી કરીને લાવ્યા હતા તો કેટલાય પૈસા એમને આવ્યા. આપણે કઈ ના આવ્યું, આપણે જારનો રોટલો ખાવાનો આવ્યો. એમ વાર્તા કરે છે ત્યાં રાજાનું લશ્કર આવ્યું અને એ સર્વે ચોરને ઝાલીને સુડીએ દીધા. એમાં પેલો બી આવી ગયો બિચારો, ચોરી કરવા નતો ગયો પણ રહેતો હતો ત્યાં નજીકમાં, એટલે બધાને પકડે. બધાને ઝાલીને સુડીએ દેવા સારું લઈ ગયા. ત્યારે તે સર્વે ગામને માણસે તથા સાધુએ શાક પૂરી, ગામના માણસો અને સાધુઓ તેમણે શાક પૂરી છે, ભાઈ આ તો ચોરી કરવા નહોતો ગયો કારણ કે એને કાંટો વાગ્યો હતો. ત્યારે તે ઉગર્યો. એમ સત્સંગ કરે છે તેને સુડી જેટલું દુઃખ હોય તે કાંટે મટે છે. કોજે અમે રામાનંદ સ્વામી પાસે માગી લીધું છે.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, we see the same thing happening around us all the time. Wait, don't we? We see it happening in Chicago. In our very own satsang too. Here's a few examples.
In Dinkarbai Sabha, we always listen this one thing. Pratham Prabhu and then Paglu. I had a real good experience on this one happened on the 8th of January this year. That was Sunday, and I was attending a birthday party. Then about 2 o'clock, we went coming home. We were in Schaumburg, so I was driving on a golf road. All of a sudden, I was driving and I had a first, signal came that I just fallen asleep. But I woke up immediately and then I controlled myself and then I started driving. I drove, about another 2 or 3 miles. Then it happened again. And this time happened that I was totally asleep, but then suddenly I woke up and then I controlled. But then I started thinking that why this thing is happening to me. And then I continue, drove again. Then I was a little fresh. If you remember in a golf road, there is a circle there. So I crossed that circle, then believe me, I don't know. I know only thing, right on that rain road junction, I hit somebody car and the airbag came on and I was shocked. All of a sudden I woke up and I realized that what happened. When I was driving, I had a first signal God gave me that you are feeling sleepy, pull over. But I didn't pay attention. But then I continued to drive. Then I had a second strong signal and still at that time thought came to my mind that I should pull over. But then another thought came that that I have a grandma, I want to drop her at home. So I was care about her. So 2 things happening here. I was protected. Why? Because when I started, I remember God. So what He has done, I had a bad accident, real bad accident. It could have been worse, believe me. Because think that scenario, that rain road has a red light and there was a car front of, and I hit him. Now what if there was no car in that one? And I would have just keep on driving on red light. And it could have been hit from this side, other side, I don't know. It could have been happened worse. But I was protected by God. Second thing, see, there were couple in the front and there were 2 children behind that one. But with the God grace, their car was badly damaged, but nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to grandma. She had scratches and something. Only happened was little bit to me. So thank God of that one. And the last thing, funny thing, I was given a ticket because it was my fault. I hit from the behind. So I got the ticket. And when I went to the court, the other party didn't show up. So my case was dismissed. So this was the incident happened to me. So I always remember God, remember Gunatit Sen and your Guru. Keep your Guru in front of you all the time. If you have a Guru, if you constantly remembering him, he always protect you, always.
Lord Swaminarayan or Akshar Purushottam or manifested Gunatit Swarups help individuals in their life. And the best example who I think I have is of my dad, my father. My dad not being that much of a satsangi, but since he has an affinity towards Dinkar uncle, I felt that he's always been protected by Lord Swaminarayan or in turn by a Gunatit Satpurush. The things were happening to him because he was a smoker and he used to smoke for 50 years. So that's why whatever we did, we have to go through it, right? So 2014, he had a major stroke. So when we reached to the hospital, doctor said, it's surprisingly, he's still alive. So now the question was that there is no chance of his survival. And he was already on all this ventilation and the tubes all over and artificial breathing and everything. And so doctor told us that there's no point keeping him. Even if you keep him, it will be a worse life for him to live. So it's better to pull off the plug. Our thought was, okay, if we pull off the plug, because there's no point, he has a heavy stroke, totally brain damage, let him go, let him come into a nicer body and let him grow in satsang. That's a normal belief, right? Third day, Dinkar uncle was in London and I called Dinkar uncle that this is what has happened and we, the family, have decided to do this, but obviously we're gonna ask you and take your permission first. He said, instead of pulling the plug, why don't we keep your dad, let him grow in this very body and elevate himself? And I was like, how? And this is what he told me. Let's keep him and then you and your family every day sit by your dad, do satsang and do dhun. So we decided that we are not pulling the plug. Let's see what happens. How he took care of my dad till the end. Now that is the beauty part of it. How he took care of his soul. Every Sunday, Dinkar uncle would come to my dad and do dhun. He'll keep on doing prayer. Not only that, he made my dad's life so much comfortable in the last 1.5 years that I would say that was my dad's most beautiful time of his life, And then the last 7 days where my daddy got some kind of a seizure in the body and in presence of Dinkar uncle. And then my dad said, you know what? Now don't take me to the hospital. Dinkar said, that's fine. Let's keep him home. And in last 7 days, everybody were doing dhun and bhajan and the whole family were together. And the beauty part is, on the last day, Bhagwan Swaminarayan na Vardhan છે, right? 4 boons. One of the boon is that મારા હરિભક્તોને એક વીછીનું કરડ આવવાનું હોય. If my devotee is going to be stung by a scorpion, let me, Lord Swaminarayan is saying, let me be stung 1,000 times more multifold than my devotees. So that I saw on my dad, that by giving him that small, we feel it's a big stroke. We feel his body is paralyzed. We feel that, wow, what happened? But in the theory of Gunatit or in the theory of spirituality, all these lives and all these births you are supposed to take after that, you just cut short by having this as your last birth, that is just a sting of a scorpion rather than 1,000 scorpion. And that's what I saw on my dad. Dinkar uncle made him go to the last stage. So bottom line is that any saint or any master who you are associated with, regardless of Swaminarayan, it can be anybody, it can be in any sampradaya, if you are attached to a guru, if you are in tune with your guru, guru really protects you, not only physically, materially, but even your soul-wise. So, and my dad was a live example. What more can I say?
I had been dreaming of buying a new car for a very long time. I finally found a car for the price that I wanted, bought the car, and exactly 1 month later, on Diwali, my car was stolen out of the Waukegan driveway. Happy Diwali. I was leaving to go for work. I had gone out, put, some things in my car. Sometimes I have to take 2 trips because I have a lot of stuff to put in my car. And then I had come back in to get my shoes. So literally, just went in. I think I went around Waukegan Mandir once, saying hello, Jai Samaran to everybody again. And then that whole thing could not have taken more than 2 minutes. And as I turned back around, my car was not in the driveway. It was kind of shocking. So put in the police report, and then I think within 2 months, they found my car. They found it in Milwaukee. It had been totaled. It had been, it was completely trashed. I saw it. And it also had 9 bullet holes in it. So that just gives you an idea of what kind of people had taken the car. Dinkar uncle had, as I mentioned, Bharat uncle and Vashi uncle do Doon. Kusumba was doing Doon. He himself was doing Doon. That was an indication that there really was something greater kind of behind the scenes, and they were all working to protect me. And Dinkar uncle told me that it was because, of all the Doon that they did, and it was because of Kakaji's blessings that I was able to get the car fully covered under insurance to be able to buy another car. I joke about it, the car that I have now, as being the most generic car on the road, but that really is a blessing in disguise because, again, clearly, these people have been watching. So I think the truth is that I probably will never know to the extent what I was given protection from. I do know that this could not have happened in a nicer way with more blessings because everything was taken care of. Really and truly, I had another car at home that I was able to use. I didn't even have to do my own Doon. Dinkar uncle and Bharat uncle and Vashi uncle and Kusumba were all praying for me. It really was kind of the best of situations in which I was a person that got to buy 2 cars in 1 year.
With all of this protection, we should be so happy all the time. And guess what? Dingmilada told me that when we accept everything with a positive attitude, it makes a huge difference. Just like the story of a bird in the desert.
There was a small bird living in a desert who used to hop around on hot sand all day. A sadhu saw the little bird and asked, "What are you doing in this hot desert? Is there anything I can do to help you?" The bird said, "I'm happy here, but this heat is unbearable. Both my feet are getting burnt, and if there was a tree here, that would help a lot." The sadhu said, "I'm on my way to meet God, and let's see what he says." When the sadhu asked God, he answered, "I could grow a tree, but her destiny doesn't allow it, and I can't change that. But give her my message. Ask her to hop on 1 foot at a time so that only one of her feet will have to bear the heat, while the other one is able to rest. Also, tell her to remember all the good things in her life and thank God for them." The sadhu went back to the bird and shared God's message. The bird thanked him and God for the advice. After a few days, the sadhu was crossing the desert and saw the bird sitting on a big green tree. The sadhu was happy to see the bird off the hot sand, but was very confused with God, who said that there was no tree in the bird's destiny. The sadhu told God what he saw, and God said, "I never lied to you. There was no tree in the bird's destiny. However, after you gave her my message asking her to be grateful for the good things, she remembered every possible thing from her life and thanked God with a pure heart. That's what moved me, and that's what made me change her destiny."
Remember, Bhagwan is always with us, and if something happens, I know that he is always protecting me and you.